Hello everybody, and welcome to another Core Set 2020 draft here on the channel. In this draft, I really show the power of white decks in Core Set 2020, and I know it is the weakest color, agreed on by many people, but that does not mean it's undraftable. There are still great rares you can open, there are still busted combos you can pull off at the common and uncommon slot, and this draft really highlights all of that. The deck was fantastic, the games were incredible, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel to join the community we have on YouTube, and leave a comment if you have any questions. But most important of all, enjoy the draft, and I'll see you in the wrap-up. Okie doke, it looks like we are playing white. Ajani Strength of the Pride is a fantastic mythic. You play this on turn 4, you can make a couple of Ajani's Pride Mates, and then you start gaining life to pump them. Great card, definitely the pick out of this pack. People like to avoid white in this set, but there's two things I want to mention about that. First, in paper drafts, if everyone's avoiding white, you can just get all of the good white cards very late and have a great deck still, so I don't think you should completely avoid the color. And second of all, on Arena, I think you can sometimes get the good white cards later. I think that the bots might bias away from white as well, and so you can get a lot of the good cards. Out of this pack, second pick, I think it's probably Rabid Bite. Rabid Bite is like the best green common in my opinion. It also works really well with Season of Growth, which I'm very high on Arena, because you can usually get them very late, which means you can build your deck around them. And Rabid Bite is a fantastic card with Season of Growth, and just a fantastic card in green. There's actually like the best 3 green commons in this pack, which is kind of interesting. I have Rabid Bite, and then Leafkin Druid, and then Silverback Shaman, just because the 5-drop's a little bit more replaceable, even though this is a great card. And then Lavakin Brawl is a very good card as well, but definitely just taking the Ajani here. Moving in on this white card early, and going to really try and play it because it is a great card. Second pick here, we could take this Ironroot Warlord and wheel the Season of Growth. As I was saying, Season of Growth does wheel quite frequently, and knowing that we're going to get that back makes this Ironroot Warlord a lot better. Ironroot Warlord is kind of just a monocolored card in this deck because we do have this Ajani that we want to play, so I like taking the Ironroot Warlord as just the objectively most powerful card out of this pack. I think Chandra's Outrage is kind of a defensible pick, but I don't like white-red as a combination, and I think white-green with an Ironroot Warlord and an Ajani could be a very good place, and then I could wheel this Season of Growth as well, so I'm going to take the Ironroot Warlord here. Pick 3, Woodland Champion, another card that works well with the tokens theme, and a fantastic addition to this green-white tokens deck. Raise the Alarm is going to be pretty solid in this deck. Other token makers, Woodland Champion is just really good in the green-white tokens deck. That's like its best home, and I'm pretty happy getting this here. If we had taken like the Chandra's Outrage, we could get the Ember Hauler rolling, but I think that this is a really good place to be. Winged Words is just worse than Ember Hauler. Same with Reduced Ashes. But yeah, pretty clear Woodland Champion. Maybe we'll even get back an Aerial Assault. Okie doke. Now I think it's pretty clear God's Willing. We're just trying to move in on our white-green deck. Audacious Thief is a good card, but we don't want to abandon the cards we have already. These are really a solid foundation for a white-green deck, and I'm basically committed at this point to white-green, as long as I don't see anything like absurd super late. So we're just going to take a God's Willing. This is a great card. It can knock off pacifisms and sleep paralysis, and it can also be used to push a creature through. Blanket removal spell, used as a combat trick to if it's like a 3/3 trading into a 3/3. Just a great card overall, and maybe we'll get back some Feral Invocations. It's also a really good card with the Season's Growth that we're going to get back, so good to pick that up. And now Raise the Alarm. We are going to be trying to play a tokens deck, and I think Raise the Alarms is just a key component of that. Works with the Woodland Champion, works with the Ironroot Warlord, helps protect our Ajani. Overall, just a key card for this deck, and one that I'm pretty happy to get here. Fencing Ace is okay if you can build around it a little bit, but we don't really want to have to do all that extra effort when we already have the perfect card for our deck right here. So I'm going to take the Raise the Alarm here, and then I think we would probably take Fencing Ace over Pattern Matcher, and then we'd probably take a Ferocious Pup, or maybe even just a Jungle Hollow to help us splash. And now we can pick up a Dawning Angel. I do like Dawning Angel. It works well with the Johnny's Pride Mates that we're going to be getting. It's also just a good flyer. Flyers are pretty good in this set. Eternal Isolation is a card that is a high-risk, high-reward card, because it does oftentimes hit something in the main deck, but in Best of 1, you kind of want all your cards to be doing something, so a lot of the time in normal draft, I would aggressively side this out. Like, I think you main deck it because it's just so efficient when it does work, but there are a lot of decks that don't have 4 powered creatures, and then when this is a blank, it really ruins your chances of winning a game. So I don't really like playing that type of card in Best of 1, but Dawning Angel is a pretty good card, and pretty happy to get that here over a Ferocious Pup. I think it's close between whether the Courser or the Pup is better, but if I'm going for a go-wide deck, and I already have a Woodland Champion and a Warlord and a Johnny to protect, I think the Pup edges out the Courser slightly. And now we can pick up a Squad Captain or a Loaming Shaman. I don't really think this is a Loaming Shaman deck. If the game gets to that point, we're probably in bad shape. Squad Captain, on the other hand, works really well with the tokens theme we've got going, and could potentially be an all-star in our deck. I really think Greenwood Sentinel is subpar, and you really want to avoid playing that if you can. But I've seen Squad Captain do really good work. Now we can pick up a Might of the Masses. I like this card a lot in the green-white tokens build, especially because, as I said, we're going to get back that Season of Growth. We might even get back one of those good green cards from the first pack we opened, so our next pack, because there was 3 of them, so, I mean, we'd have to put 3 other people into green. Feral Invocation's a okay card. It's solid. Angelic Gift is sometimes can do work, but I tend not to main deck it, but I like Might of the Masses. And here, Glaring Aegis came back, Fencing Ace came back. Let's just take the Fencing Ace as a solid enough 2-drop. Glaring Aegis is not really where I want to be in this format. And Season of Growth did come back, as I predicted. So our deck is looking very good right now. Just taking the uncommons here, because the uncommons help you fill the vault quicker. Okay, so now there's a pattern matcher, but we don't have any multiples. And I think Ferocious Pup's actually a pretty good card in the deck, because it makes 2 bodies for 1 card, and it also helps protect our Planeswalker and stuff. Okay. So our deck is looking very good after pack 1. And we get to add a Ancestral Blade to the mix. I really like this card as a 2-drop. It can make all of your random 1/1 tokens kind of relevant, and it's just a very powerful card. Other cards to keep in mind in this pack are Inspiring Captain, works pretty well in the tokens theme. You just drop this on turn 4, you get a big attack in. This might wheel though, which is kind of nice. Evolving Wilds if we wanted to splash, but we don't really look to splash right now. And then Growth Cycle is probably going to wheel, but we don't really need to prioritize that anyway. We already have Might of the Masses and God's Willing to go with our Season's Growth. And then hopefully we can pick up a couple of other things as well. But Ancestral Blade is just a good card. Whoa! Safara Sky's Blade. Oh my goodness. So this is a 7-drop. Keep that in mind. But it's a very good card. If you drop this in a game, a lot of decks just can't beat this. So I think it's worth playing, and could just be the exact card that gets our deck into the late game. Very strong card, and definitely one that I'm going to take here over. I mean, we can't use this card because this is a sideboard card, and you don't play this in the main deck, and it's a best of 1. Battalion Foot Soldier I don't really like going for here. I'd rather just take a really powerful card. And then there's like a Mammoth Spider and a Moment of Heroism, but we don't really need to prioritize the Mammoth Spider. We have a bomb rare in our colors. Okay, now kind of a closer pick. Gauntlets of Light is a card that is more playable than you think it is. It can actually do good work, just buffing up one of your creatures, making it terrifying. It's also a really good combo with Iron Root Warlord, and also with Fencing Ace. But we don't need to prioritize it here because it will wheel. I'm almost positive. We also have Season of Growth to make Gauntlets a little bit better as well. So I might actually play this card. But I think here we're just a pretty clear Silverback Shaman. Just a very good green common. And we don't really need all that much help with... I guess we need a little bit of help with flyers. But I'd rather just get a good solid 5-drop. We do already have 1, 2, 5-drops and a 7-drop. But Silverback Shaman is just a beating. So I'm pretty happy getting that. There was also Marauder's Axe. But I'm not super high on playing Marauder's Axes. It's just too slow. Wow, another Risen Reef, Creeping Trailblazer. We're not playing those cards. Daybreak Chaplain as a 2-drop is interesting, but we already have 4 2-drops, so we don't really need to play a mediocre one like Daybreak Chaplain. I think Griffin Sentinel is actually a fine pickup here. It works pretty well with the enchantment that we might get back, the 3-mana Aura. There's also a Moment of Heroism and a Mammoth Spider. I think I'm just going to pick up the Griffin Sentinel as a cheap way to help me against flyers. I've been pretty impressed with that when my opponents play it. And now another Woodland Champion works well with our tokens theme, and we're going to be aggressively taking Raise the Alarms and stuff, and this card's just going to be great in our deck as a solid 2-drop. And yeah, pretty happy to get it. Another Gauntlets of Light, but I think this is just an inspired charge pick, I think. Yeah. We have 1, 2 ways to go wide right now. I guess kind of 3. Maybe we aren't even an Inspired Charge deck. Maybe we're just a Gauntlets of Light deck. Maybe we'd rather just have that. I think Inspired Charge is important enough for the go wide decks if you get a good version that it's worth just taking it here and then hoping to get there. And now a Cryptic Cave or a Pup. I'm just going to take the Pup. It's another token maker, and we have some decently tricky mana costs. Though, yeah, double white card, double green card. Yeah, we're just going to take the Pup here. Another Gauntlets of Light. This is really interesting. Another Griffin Sentinel as well. I'm just going to take the Gauntlets of Light. I think Brightwood Tracker is not really what our deck wants to be doing. It's more of a grindy card, and this deck is kind of more of an aggressive deck. And Gauntlets of Light can really just steal a game on its own. Now there's an Inspiring Captain. Pretty happy to get that over an Aerial Assault. I think that's the pick. So Battalion Foot Soldier came back. I wonder how many I'd have to get before I'd be happy playing it. There's also a Moment of Heroism, which is a solid option, though we already have 2 combat tricks. There's also Glaring Aegis, but if we're playing the Gauntlets, we don't need Glaring Aegis. Let's just take the Battalion Foot Soldier. And now we get another Gauntlets of Light. Daybreak Chaplain's actually a pretty good combo with Gauntlets of Light, so we'll take that. So is Glaring Aegis as a combo, but I'd rather just take a Growth Cycle. Whew, we are gauntleting it up, folks. And we just spiked a great rare for our colors. This is actually like the best green-white tokens deck of all time, low-key. Nightpack Ambusher is an unbelievable card. You usually can eat a creature when it comes down because nobody plays around it because it's a rare. It works with our token theme. It helps us go wide. Works with our Woodland Champions that we already have. We might even wheel something out of this pack. Maybe Woodland Champion would wheel, but easy Nightpack Ambusher and nothing even close to that in power level. And now I'm pretty happy picking up a Netcaster Spider. There is an Inspired Charge, but I don't want to play more than one in this deck because I didn't really get there on like 5 Raise the Alarms or anything. And I think Netcaster Spider is important in Best of 1 to give you like pretty good game against the Flyers deck. So pretty happy to get a Netcaster Spider here. And the Inspired Charge might wheel. Okie doke. Now there's a Apostle, which is a kind of good card against the black decks. Black is a pretty good color in this format, and hosing the graveyard is actually semi-relevant. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7 2-drops, so we might not even play this. But I think it's better than the Steadfast Sentry because we already have a decent number of 3-drops. We're not playing the Battalion Foot Soldier. Yeah, let's just take the Apostle. And now there's another Daybreak Chaplain. I think one of the things I've learned is that in this format, spiking wins in Best of 1 is just kind of something you want to be doing. We could also just take a Sedge Scorpion. That's another fine option. And then wheel the Daybreak Chaplain. I can't imagine anyone takes the Daybreak. Yeah, that seems like a decent choice to me. It's also a Mammoth Spider. We already kind of have the expensive cards unlock. We could just take the Sedge. With 3 Gauntlets of Light, though, I think that the Daybreak Chaplain is just the pick. And now another Netcaster Spider to help against the Flyers. I don't think we need the Inspiring Captain. And Thicket Crasher is not great in our deck. So, Glaring Aegis is a combo with Gauntlets of Light. And there's not really a ton else in this pack. There is a Gift of Paradise to help us ramp out our Safari, but I think we're just going to be a little bit less on that plan. Let's just take a... We could just take an Angelic Gift as well to just give something of one of ours flying. But I think we're going to be fine in a board stall anyway. Let's just take the Glaring Aegis. See if we can kind of go all in on this Aura plan. We're not going to be playing Soulmender, but we'll take it. Whew, that was a huge pickup. Second Season of Growth just makes our deck like 10 times better. That's unbelievable. And Woodland Champion came back. Sign me up. And now Inspired Charge came back. I'm not even sure if we're going to play the Inspired Charge, though. Whew, Feral Invocation was exactly what I wanted here. With 2 Season of Growth, we're just going to be cheesing people out. It's going to be awesome. This deck ended up pretty good, I'd say. Pretty spectacular card quality. So I don't think we're an Inspired Charge deck. So I like my top end here. We could just cut the 2 Ferocious Pups. We do have a decent amount of synergy with the Woodland Champions regardless. If you just get 1 counter on this a reasonable amount of the time, you're still going to be in happy shape. And we have the Blade, the Raise the Alarm, the Nightpack Ambusher. So let's cut the Pups and also the Iron Warlord. We're going to cut the Apostle. Glaring Aegis is just worse than Feral Invocation, so we're going to cut that. Growth Cycle is not an aura. We're just kind of going in on the aura plan. Fencing Ace works really well with auras. Let's cut Squad Captain just a little bit weaker. I like these cards, though. Maybe Inspiring Captain's not really what we want. We're kind of going big rather than wide. And then we could just cut the Netcasters, I guess. I still think that the Raise the Alarm has enough synergy in our deck to be worth playing. I can see cutting those 2 being correct. Yeah, let's do it. This deck looks awesome. Let's just check our mana. We have 14-10, so we're going to run 9-8 in favor of Plains. Man, this deck looks fantastic. With 2 Season of Growth. Man, I'm really liking where we're at. 3 gauntlets. We have a lot of auras. This deck is good. I'll maybe make some tweaks as the matches go on, but yeah, for now I'm pretty happy, and I'll see you in the matches. Okie doke, we have a kind of nice curve, 2-drop into 3-drop, kind of going all in, but you know, going all in isn't the worst. Sometimes it works. Oh, now going all in makes a lot more sense to me. I like it a lot more. Because now we have some protection up. We're going to wait until turn 4 to go all in, though. Now that we do not need to worry about... I mean, now that we have it, we can just do both on the same turn. We miss out on 2 damage here, but we get to potentially blank a removal spell in the future. Oh my gosh, Temur Elementals. I've never faced such a deck. What madness is this? Ooh. That's even better. Waiting rewarded. Because that gives us even more power. Instead of giving 2 power, it now gives 4 power. And we can wait on it so that we can just deploy our Dawning Angel first. Oh my gosh, this is going to be insane. We'll just gain the extra life, no reason not to. Opponent playing a lot of colors. The colors of the wind. Kind of like my chances this game, not gonna lie. Unless they're splashing like pacifism. Ouch. Face is the place here. Let's go. Now we're protected from Chandra. We have a God's Willing to protect next turn. At least one of our guys. I think going face there is correct. Sure, Wolfkin Bond. Oh, yes. A Johnny, my man. That's perfect because not only will it get bigger, but it pumps this guy up, which is huge here. And this is going to gain life. Pro Blue. Boom! And we get the victory. Heck yes. That was sweet. So good. So good. Okie doke, we're on the play. We've got our little combo here. We also have Woodland Champion plus Raise the Alarm, which could be just even better combo. If we don't draw a third land by turn, if we don't draw a land on our first draw step, I think we'll go with the Woodland Champion combo because it's safer and it's also like better if we don't draw our third land. Okay, now we will just go for the Daybreak Chaplain combo, though. Because now we have a decent odds of getting a Johnny on turn 4 to curve into. This isn't a coward recording session. No unsummon. Yes! Ha. I thought I was so afraid they had unsummon. You have no idea, guys. Literal no idea how terrified I was of unsummon there. Oh gosh, Portal of Sanctuary. Nice. Just gonna slam our Johnny. Yeah, things are looking pretty good, I'd say. This has just been a mediocre curve out. No, Dungeon Geists! You monster. We can untap this. LOL. That's so funny. Why don't we just do that? And then we can... gain some life, pump our pride mate up. Attack. I totally almost forgot about that. Gauntlets of Light. Terrifying. I just have 2 5/5s now. If you have 15 more life. Oh, I could totally activate a Johnny, so my opponent kind of has to attack it with their Dungeon Geist now. But if they do that, they just die. Aw. Not cool, bro. Oh, that's brutal. That's like infinite jumpers. That could be a problem. So they can generate 2 blockers a turn. So if they do that again, then I think we're going to be in fine shape because we can... Ah, that's funny. You thought you were safe, opponent. You thought wrong. Get wrecked. Oh, that's so good. He used his Dungeon Geist and his removal spell, and it still wasn't enough to stop my Daybreak Chaplain. Okie doke. On the draw. If we draw... We have a lot of good draws with this hand. We're going to keep it. I think this should be a Wolf Pup. Because Wolf Pup just has a lot of synergy with our stuff. And we already have like 5 ways to target our own creatures. So it's hard to say. Hopefully we draw a forest here. Beautiful. Now we just need a creature. Pretty much any creature will do. We just have a lot of stuff to put on it. We already have this one, but it's not the best. Why do we always play against Temur Elementals? Oh, thank goodness that's not a Risen Reef. Daybreak Chaplain. You know, Ancestral Blade will do. Holy yes! That is going to be insane! It's going to be a 10-10! What the heck? Oh my gosh, this game is not going to be fair. Hopefully they let us trade here. Sure, they can shock me all day long. I am okay with this outcome. Oh my gosh! Ironroot Warlord is going to be unbelievable! He's huge! Oh my gosh! He's going to be a 7-7 and 9-9. A 10-10. We don't want that because we don't have double green. my goodness. Jeez. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Scorch Spitter, sure. Sure thing. Let's just get the Woodland Champion down. Let's play Gauntlets of Light first, though. See what we draw. We'll trade off Woodland Champion with something. Keep in mind we have 4 lands in the bank here. We don't really want Fencing Ace. We'd much rather draw like a God's Willing or something. They just can't kill this. They're never going to kill it. This is so good. You made it! Welcome to the wrap-up. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way till the end, and I do hope you enjoyed it. The way the deck ended up playing out was it went 3-3, but that wasn't really because of the deck, and I'm not really opposed to showing a loss, but the losses were all just like completely unplayable games. Like one of them was just I started off with a 3-spell 4-land hand and just drew a land every turn. One of them was I got stuck on 2 lands until like turn 6, and then one of them was just flooding out really bad while my opponent beat me with Zephyr Charge and the Leyline of Mana, just paying 8 mana to kill me while I sat there and couldn't do anything. So basically the deck was pretty good. It went 3-3. I think it could have done better if I had drawn slightly better in those games, and it felt fantastic to play. So I think that even though the deck ended up going 3-3, it was significantly better than that, and that's just the nature of best of one. Sometimes even if your deck is, say, 60% against the field, or 65% even, you can just get a couple of unlucky matches and lose them. So that is going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Remember to hit that thumbs up button to support the channel, and if you did make it all the way till the end, leave a hashtag Gauntlets of Combo in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way until the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel to get more content. Hit that bell icon if you would like to get notified when I post new content. And if you would like to further support the channel, be sure to check out the Patreon. Patreon is a way you can give back to the channel directly, and I really appreciate everyone that does that. If you do, you can get access to exclusive rewards, and one of those rewards for certain patrons is to be featured in the credits. So thank you so much to all of my patrons. I really do appreciate you, and thank you for helping to make all of these videos possible. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you next time.